Hi everybody, I'd like to share with you today how I've introduced the color mirror systems into the corporate world and the business world. So how it is that I do this is that the understanding and the basis of what it is that I'm wanting to achieve is that I really am passionate about relationships and about communication. Now, if we look at any business structure, the basis of our money that we get in is directly related to our relationships that we have, which is directly related to the customers that we attract. It's directly related to the experience of us. No matter what industry you're in, at some point there's a relationship that needs to be had and communication that needs to take place. So what it is that I do is that I make 100% sure that we are in alignment to a whole lot of different things. Now I'll take you through all of those things that we look at a little bit later. So the first filter that we look at is the company name. So I normally sit down with the company owners or the business owners or the corporation, and we have a look and we explore exactly what that looks like and then present it to them in color. And then, as we all know, is that color and numbers and letters have a vibration. They send off an energy. So it is the first point of your relationship, or the start of your relationship with potential clients, all the clients that you have, is your vibrational energy that you're sending off. And the way that we do that is through our name of our companies and through the colors that we choose. So this is a company that I've sat with, and what we do is that we look at three different areas that the name brings up. The one is being conscious and be consciously aware of the outer projection that somebody experiences us, and that's the outer world. That's how we present ourselves to the world, which is very, very important to make sure that there's absolute clarity in which direction that we're going. And no matter what you're selling or what you're doing or what your product is, it's all about getting clarity. And if we get clarity, we attract the right customers, and if we get the right customers, we need to have the right staff working for us. And in this system is that we're able to get absolute clarity with what, there are four things that we look at. So we look at the name, we look at the color. So that's our first port of call. And what it is that I do, I work a lot with the web designers, and I work a lot with the graphic designers at this stage, where we look at how can we fine tune, how can we bring in and what our vibrational energy is for our advertising, our business cards, our web pages, and we make sure that there's an absolute understanding with what it is that you put out there into the ether or into the universe or into the wide world web is that actually what the people are going to be experiencing from us. And in that, after we've gone through that system, we have a look and we see that are our color and our business colors, our business colors, in alignment to what it is that we are and who we are from a vibrational frequency. Like, does it all match? Is it in alignment? Because once we get alignment, we get flow, and once we get flow, we have an easier everyday office life, and we can shift and we can change, and having an awareness around what is it that we are here for, why are we here, and how are we going to be doing that going forward. So there are four things that we look at. Once we've got the vibrational energy, once we get a lot of the time, the one that I work with a lot is actually the life lessons. So as a business, we all come to learn something, and I take the life lessons and I align them to our value system, okay, within the business. So we normally come up with three top values. Okay, so it depends on what that is. So we do a workshop around what are your values, getting absolute clarity with we care, for example. Let's just say it's an industry and it says we care. So we sit down, we write down the number one value is we care. So then we look at the entire system. We say, okay, so what is it that people are going to be experiencing from me? What is it that I'm going to be doing? What does this mean? What does care mean for the staff with regards to how they're going to be experiencing management. What does care mean with regards to how staff are going to be relating to their bosses or people that they work with, their teams that we work with? So we get absolute clarity with exactly what those words mean, because often a lot of the time in my experience is that I find that we throw these words around, and what's very, very challenging is that everybody receives and has an expectation about words. So for what care means for me and what care means for somebody else is totally, totally different. So if there's absolute clarity with what that means on our web pages, who it is that we are, within our staff agreements, within our job contracts. So that's another session that we go into, another workshop that we work with HR, and really making sure that our business is aligned to our values that we've chosen, aligned to our vision. We have a workshop around what our vision is as a business, what our mission is as a business, and then we have a look, and we look at it, we celebrate what are your success factors. What is it that makes it like, okay, this is who it is that I am from an energetic level, and then how do I make that successful? What are my actions? What is it that people are going to be seeing and experiencing from me? So then once we've got absolute clarity with what that looks like, I then normally do a one-on-one session with the management system and the people that are in there. And in that, I've had so many different experiences, because it really is directed by how the clients would like to work the session. For this one, each individual chose to really look at what their contribution is, who it is that they are as a management, and really understanding that this is my contribution. It's actually such a beautiful process that you can take your clients through, where everybody honors and has a look and see, this is my contribution because this is who it is that I am. And then they can make commitments within the team context or within the management context of saying that this is who I am, and this is what I'm going to contribute towards what our values and our missions and our statements and who it is that we are as a business. This is what my role is going to be. So it's a really, really lovely process to take your clients through. After doing that, we sit down with a greater team, and that could be in a form of a one-on-one, or it could be in form of workshops where we can sit and we can share the direction that we're going in. We can share with what it looks like to them and their every day, and then after that we come up with staff agreements. Okay, and then how it is that we talk to each other, how we're going to make our workforce better, what more we're going to what are we going to create more of, and what are the things that we want to take responsibility to creating less of. So often we come up with a plan with what our actions and our responsibilities are, and that's normally 10, there's like 10 commitments that they make, and then staff agreements are also normally 10. And the staff agreements and your commitment list to what your contribution is towards your environment, which is aligned to who it is that we are as a business from an energetic level, is part of your job contract. I then sit with the HR or management, and we have a look and we see, like, are our job contracts in alignment to who it is that the person needs to be in order to create success in the business. We also look at, and I support the clients with having a look and seeing how do I advertise? So doing the adverts for new staff to come in. What are the energies that, there's also another tool that I use, which is the roles and responsibilities. How, it's a system, and it's a profiling exercises that we can do, and we have a look to see where the people's strengths are, and we put them in those positions. So we really shift all the contracts around, we shift responsibilities around, we have a look to see where our gaps are. So in one business we had a look and we saw, okay, well, often in crisis, right, there's not somebody that can step in and say, right, let's take step 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we knew that when we took on a staff member, we knew that those were the qualities that we were looking for. Another business is that we had lots of people that were in the dominant leadership role, and not enough people that wanted to be involved in the systems and putting things in the processes and following through. So what we did is that when we looked for new staff members, is that we looked for those attributes, because those attributes were going to grow us and make us whole. Okay, so what we try and focus on is that what each individual is really good at, what their stretch will be, and how do we bridge that. So often, if the stretch, because we work with the existing staff that they are there, that's our first and foremost, because those people that are committed to the team already, and we look to see how can we bridge that. Does coaching need to take place, or we do big group workshops, which are such fun, and we really get clear with how we communicate, what our relationships look like, and we can take it forward from there. And that's it. That's a simple, smart way to ensure that your business operates in an umbrella of unity, and getting really, really clear with what the relationship looks like, what we are communicating to our clients, and what those experiences are, and making sure that they're on alignment to what is out there and who it is that we actually are. So wishing you a beautiful week, and I'm hoping that this just gives you a little bit of an insight to how we can support businesses going forward. Lots of love. Bye.